Committed Lifestyle Podcast. I'm your host, Jody, and each week we're going to be diving in deep, covering all things that help you step up your game, master your mindset, and help you commit to creating the life you desire. So if you're ready for that, let's get started. Hey guys, and welcome back to a long time on pause committed lifestyle episode. It's definitely been a couple months since I've been on here, and there has been obviously a lot going on with, COVID-19 and riots and protests and just kind of a weird little world we're living in right now. And, I had some things come up for me, some projects that I'm working on that have been so super exciting. And that is where I was putting a lot of my time and was really, finding where I could prioritize and put time where time really felt like it was needed to really help a lot of people in as short of amount of time as possible. However, I am just feeling like I needed to come on here today and just really kind of have a little chat with you guys. And, let's talk about what's going on right now. I think, the COVID-19 things are starting to open up, and it was a really wild time for a lot of people. And you really saw people change into different dynamics of that fight or flight, and as well as finding a new way, a new routine, uncovering things in their life that, maybe they hadn't addressed yet. And this space, I personally think, I know it's been very devastating for a lot of people, and I'm not downplaying that by any means. A lot of people have lost people from this, and my heart absolutely goes out to them. And people have, gone bankrupt or suffered, severe financial losses. A lot of things have happened for a lot of people. So I'm in no way taking away from that at all. But what I think a lot of people are also finding is that there is some things that really needed to have time put into it that, they weren't having that time to address, discover, to do before. And this, I also think, has been beautiful in a way, in other ways. And I hope that you are one of those people that have found some of the silver linings in what's been going on in your own personal space. I hope that you've been able to do that self-discovery, because this is a time that we will never get back again, and to really do a ton of self-reflection and to do a ton of relationship work on ourselves and with our family, I think is something that we can all really be utilizing. And I think also, recreating, being okay with pivoting, deciding what it is how you want your life to look, really seeing what quote unquote job security means, what health really means, and taking those deep dive looks on what it is that you can control and not control. And, there's just so many things that you could think and do and become during this time. And it's all just kind of turns into a choice of how you want to handle it. And I have seen both sides of the coin on this. I've seen people really hide and struggle and sit around and wait for this to end. But there is no guarantee to when the end is. There is no guarantee of going back to job security. There is no guarantee of a quote unquote normal life after this. And then I've seen other people who really are seeing this as an incredible opportunity to create something new, to create something different, to really become a better human being, to capitalize on what's happening right now and, create some safety, a new path for themselves in whatever way that may look. And so I hope that you have found yourself in the second category. But if you're in the first, that's okay. And we all have our own places where we go to and what feels right for us. And wherever you are is the right place where you're supposed to be. But I just hope no matter where you are, you're finding those silver linings and everything. And what I actually really wanted to also come on and talk here about is what is going on with the riots and the protests. And I'm not going to speak to that, but I think it's a really good time right now to understand where you're putting your focus. I'm a really big believer in the law of attraction, and I think where our focus goes, our energy flows. And I'm not saying turn a blind eye, not by any means, but I am also saying is be aware of where you're putting your energy and your thoughts into, because whatever you keep doing is what you're going to keep getting more of. So if you're being consumed by violence and the media and the news and, everything that's going on in the world, and not finding the beautiful things to be focused on each day that you can create, that you can do, ways that you can become better and feel better, and do more and help more and just inspire and add more value. If the majority of your day is not focused on that, then you're not going to continue to be receiving abundant, prosperous, good things in your life, because your energy is focused in a direction that drains you, that pulls you down, and to think about fight and strife and despair and discouragement and what's not going right. And, when it comes to the word, when people say, fight this battle, well, fighting is an energy, is how I look at it. So if you're thinking the words fight against, this, whatever it may be, the fight against war, the fight against protesting, the fight against riots, you're just, in my opinion, putting out there a fight mentality. And fighting does not solve a lot of things. And I hope you guys can see where I'm coming from on this. Now, what can we do, right? There's only so many things we can do. Do I think we need to say a lot of prayers? Absolutely. Now, some people don't believe in prayers, and that's okay. You do whatever feels best for you when it comes to whatever it is that you believe in. Maybe it's you are seeing the world in a more prosperous place, that you're thinking the best, that you are, if someone is speaking in a negative light to what they're so angry about, maybe you can find something that you can help them with so that they move a step closer to thinking about something more hopeful, to thinking about something more peaceful, to thinking about something more positive. And yes, that might sound woo-woo for some people, but again, I am a huge believer in the law of attraction. Now, are there things that we can do action-wise that are not just thought-wise and words-wise? Absolutely. And I don't know what that is for you. I know for me, it's staying in the know on what's going on, and to be aware where, is there something I can vote on that goes in my direction of how I think, what to me is a definition of the world being in a better place. Yes. Is maybe there's something I can donate to? Yes. Is there, an action-oriented thing I can do that is not a negative nor violent thing, or something putting myself in a harmful situation? Yes, there is. I don't know all those things, though. I know for me, I'm doing a lot of praying. I'm doing a lot of positivity. I'm focusing on the things that I can control, aside from getting involved in the things that I can't control or being in a harmful situation. So if you want to go protest, please go protest, but please be safe. And please make sure that you are, speaking in a way that builds you up and builds this world up, in a positive light, aside from taking away from it. Because what I know is that negativity and fighting and trying to get people to believe your way, it usually never works. I don't know where it has worked yet. I've yet to see that happen. But if you have, please let me know. That way I can know that, to retract that answer. But what I have seen is when people can communicate, right? When they can display things in a different light, when they can be a light for other people, when they can show that there are good things happening in the world, when they can speak in positive ways and impact people in positive ways, that's where change usually happens, is by being an example and being that person to light a new path. So I just encourage you all is to pay attention to what you're consuming, pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to where you're putting your time, pay attention to the relationships you're creating. Pay attention to, the impact that you're having on people. Pay attention to what you can control, and go out there and let's do something good, something positive every single day, and do something good for yourself. Set a time limit on how much a media that you will give yourself to. And maybe that's 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes in the evening, and really try to find a way to just fill up your tank with something positive and do something great for others. So that's kind of really all that's on my mind. I just really want to fill this space right now with as many people who can jump on board that train of thought. So if that's you, please send me a DM, reach out to me and let me know, like, hey, I'm on board with you on this one. I think the same way. It would mean so much to me to see how many people can really rally around that kind of thinking, and that this resonates with you, because everything is going to turn out the way that it's supposed to. And something that I said earlier today as I was talking on something else was that light always follows the dark. And darkness is always going to happen. It's how we find our preferences, and it's how we find gratitude, and it's how we create change. So just stay hopeful, stay in that light. And if you already are that light, be more of that light for others. And if you're not there yet, then what can you do to make your day a little bit better? What can you do to make someone else's day a little bit better? And if you're not ready for that yet, then you know what? I love you and I respect where you're at. And I hope that you feel good about where you're at. And I just care so much about everyone, and I care so much about the fact that we only have one life to live, and we have a choice in how we choose to show up each day and how we choose to live it. And that is what I'm going to leave you guys with today. So with that being said, like I always say, we only have one life to live, and let's make it amazing. I truly, truly mean that. I love you guys a ton. I got some more episodes coming out for you with some more consistency. I promise you that. Can't promise the consistency of it, but they will be there. So, all right, you guys, that's it. That's all I have for today. Sending all my love to you, and we will chat soon. Take care.